seems so wet. Stormy nights don't stay. From the moment that we met, you were the way. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever do. Talk for hours and never slept. Two silhouettes on the corner steps. Watch the sun as it slowly crept from the horizon to the place. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know. This could be the best thing that I'll ever know. Talk for hours and never slept. Two silhouettes on the corner steps. Watch the sun as it slowly crept from the horizon to the place we met. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know. This could be the best thing that I'll ever with the way. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know. Talk for hours and never slept. Two silhouettes on the corner steps. We watch the sun as it slowly crept from the horizon to the place we met. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know. This could be the best thing that I'll ever know.